Welcome to Karibu Anawim's 15 Minutes at DrZali'sDesk special. Join us as we dive into the topics related to living with a facial disfigurement. Whether you're here for yourself, your loved ones, or for educational and professional insights, this is for you. We start our conversation with clear, understandable terminology. While we use disfigurement, it's for medical and legal clarity. We acknowledge you may relate to terms like visible difference or your own diagnoses. All our presenters have lived experience or work with people living with facial disfigurement. Curious to know more? So are we. Pull up a seat, grab a cuppa, and let's chat around the table with Karibu Anawim's 15 Minutes at DrZali'sDesk special.
G'day, and I'm your host, Dr. Zali, and today, thank you very much for joining us, but today we have a special guest all the way from Germany, I think. And so, let me introduce you to Zoe A Cross. Zoe, hello and welcome.
Hello, or guten Tag
Yeah.
from Germany.
Yeah. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? And nein is my answer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's about it.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, just wondering, we know where you're from Germany. Are you originally from Germany?
Nope. Yeah, great question. Thank you. I do find that important to clarify. I have German nationality, but I have dual nationality. My parents came from the UK, and so I lived and studied in the UK, but also in Ireland. I have some experience in Japan, but for the last 20-ish years, I've been living and working in Germany now.
Ish. Lovely.
Ish, yes.
I love it. I love the fact that we can both talk in decades. Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah.
So I was just wondering, before we get off and kick off, would you like to tell us something fun that you like doing, or something that you would share, or would you like to share before you start our conversation with your journey?
Oh my God. Okay. There's a talent competition going on at the moment with the Möbius Syndrome Foundation in the US, and I, because I was on a stage with them 2 years ago, and I have never sung in public before. And 2 years ago, I did it with a microphone, no accompaniment. And it's got to be a bit of a hobby that I actually enjoy karaoke.
Karaokeing?
Yes.
Lovely.
And apologies, I pronounced karaoke in the Japanese way because I also speak Japanese. But yeah, no worries.
Wow, no. Kazayamashita? Is that it?
Wakarimashita? Yeah.
I have no idea. I think I said it wrong. I think I butchered it.
Wakarimashita means I have understood.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Noted. Noted. Understood.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know what it was saying.
Multilinguals here.
Anyway, so I can see that your face looks a bit different to mine. Would you like to share your story?
My story. So I really love, must say, I love the introduction, the terminology, facial difference, facial disfigurement, and there are various terms. And so I have from birth facial paralysis. That's the, let's say, exact issue. It's paralysis from birth, but it has a name. It's a syndrome, a Möbius syndrome.
Möbius.
Yes, Möbius. And it's the irony, of course, is that I can't pronounce it properly. because I cannot close my lips properly to form a good M sound, and B, all these labial, the sounds you make with the lips are difficult for anyone with möbius syndrome in particular.
Would it be möbius?
And in the US, they refer to it as möbius, yes. In British English, we tend to say möbius.
Okay.
But yeah, that's another fun fact, yeah.
Fun fact, because I'm like, I'm not quite sure. Like I know how to spell it, but it's like people say it all differently, and it's like, so you've just cleared it up. It's möbius if it's in the US, and it's möbius if it's in the UK.
That's it. Möbius US and möbius UK. Yeah. It's just like you say tomato, I say tomato, and so all this.
Hey, I'm not quite sure. I don't know what we'd say in Australia. Probably the UK. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Well, so you've told us one of your challenges with möbius syndrome, which is paralysis of your face. Is it your entire face, or just parts of your face, or?
Fairly expensive, let's say. So I don't know how, but eyebrows, wrinkling of the forehead, moving. Now, and this is very expensive. The eyes, moving the eyes from side to side doesn't go. Closing the eyes isn't complete, so you get dry eyes and quite sensitive, light sensitive.
Yeah.
So in the mouth area, not just the external, what you can see, but you can hear, of course, that my speech isn't perfectly clear. And swallowing, and so articulation is more of a challenge, and facial expressions, of course, are and smiling, very, very tricky, if not at all completely impossible.
Yeah. So I can relate to you with the eye issues, only because my right eye is from a car accident. I'm a survivor from a motor vehicle accident as a newborn, and I live with third nerve palsy. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to get past year 10 or 15 years of age, and I wasn't supposed to, I wasn't supposed to be brainy or anything else. Whoops. But anyway, that's okay.
I know the feeling, actually.
Yes. And so with my eye, it's shut now. And in my early 20s, or in my 20s, like, guys, I get to be 46. I get to be 46. Lots of people don't get to be 46, but I get to be 46. In my 20s and that sort of stuff, my eye was half mast, so it'd open up, and now it's 6, nearly it's about 6:45 here in Australia at night time. So I'm tired. No, I'm not tired. I'm not talking to you. I'm not tired at all. I'm rather excited. But as I'm excited, and when I'm tired, my eye droops and it has complete ptosis. But at night time, I have got one eye open all the time. So it opens up at night time.
Oh, wow. So what does that mean? I mean, are you able to put a mask? Because if you're sleeping, I find that very. I just wonder what that then means for you.
It means that I can't have a fan directly on me. It means that sometimes it waters, and it means that I can't have air conditioning. Like, it's just it's And sometimes, I've got one eye open 24/7. So, when I was little, we thought that if we would be safe from robbers, because if they came into my room, I would scare the bejeebers out of them. And they'd be all right. They'd be scared. No problems. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think I still, that you still sleep, because you have these conceptions that people sleep with their eyes closed, but it is possible, probably, really, to sleep with your eye open, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't open fully, but it opens a little bit to halfway. I don't know. I'm asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out for it. That's okay. So you've got do you mind me asking whether or not you had to have speech therapy when you were young?
Yes, no, I don't mind. And yes, I did. Yes, I had, yes, we call it speech therapy in English, yes. Yes, so as a young child, I had speech therapy, which actually I quite enjoyed in Ireland, in the Republic of Ireland. And then I had a little bit much later, actually. But yes, quite a lot. Which certainly helped.
Why did you go back? Was that because you were learning a different language and you had to have your tongue in your palate in a different way, or what was happening there?
That's a good question. And that is the thing that I always knew when I was 2 years old, my parents found out what I had, that it was möbius syndrome. And so as I grew older, I had 1 or 2 operations, I had speech therapy. Then we left Ireland, moved to Germany, and basically then I learned a new language, went to school in Germany, eventually went to university in England, so moving around a bit and then going to Japan. And I lived my life. However, when I was in my early 40s, late 30s, early 40s, I went through a state of a difficult situation at work where I was bullied. I don't know, there was a whole lot of stuff going on with some very not very capable managers. Today I can, I don't like to blame people, but, and I am very grateful that it happened actually, because I learned so much. But from an objective viewpoint, I now know that these 2 people happen to be very insecure. And I was lucky because I got some support. I got some support inside the company, but that was the point when somebody said to me, did you realize in Germany, I don't know what you have, but maybe you could register for official disability status. And
how did you feel about that?
When I first heard it, I thought, well, me? Nah. I look a bit different. Okay, yeah, disabled. Yeah, so that's how I initially reacted. I was a little bit, well, this happened a couple of years before then, but when this all blew up, and I then got some really good support inside the company, even from the personnel director. And I thought, maybe I'll just investigate what this is all about. If I don't think I qualify, but okay, I'll just try. And it all happened then quite quickly. I then discovered, thanks to a neurologist, I found out that there was a support group in Germany for möbius syndrome. And thanks then, and sort of in the process of going to specialists and getting reports so that I could sort of apply and see how they evaluated me. I was then shown to a speech therapist, and I thought, okay, I will take it. I'll take up this offer. And it was quite good just to focus again on tongue strength, what my tongue can do. So my tongue cannot do anything like what other people's tongues can do, but I was able to strengthen the tongue, which helped with enunciation.
Lovely. Okay, so that's my brain's going woof. We can go on to many different tangents there.
Yes.
Can go on to lots of different areas. So were you able to go on to disability allowance?
Yeah, it's not about allowance. So I can really only speak about Germany. There are so many different things, and even in Germany, it's very it varies from region to region. But the general ruling is that if you qualify for a certain so-called percentage, and the magic number is 50%. And because they sort of evaluated me as having facial paralysis on both sides of the face.
Okay.
So I qualified for 50%. So that's the magic number where I get 5 extra days of holiday as an employee, which is great, because of course I do spend more time going to specialists. And it also gives me a little bit of a tax allowance, a little bit extra tax allowance. And yes, it gets me slightly reduced. So I have a card.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gives me access to slightly reduced tickets. I don't know, something like 5%, 10%. Cheaper theatre tickets and cultural institutions. So I think that's quite cool. And I am, of course, the one other thing is it's harder to fire me. It's actually harder. Yeah.
Okay. So they need. I'm envisaging that it's harder to fire you because you're now got the label disabled, and therefore it's not as easy to scoot you underneath the shove you out the door, kick you out the door because of it. Yeah. There's a lot of people that live with facial disfigurement that balk at the word disabled, and then have got legit needs that are not being met, and they're in Germany it's 50%, and that was the magic number that you had to get to, and in Australia I don't know what it's like in Australia. I think it's 20 points. I think you've got to have 20 points for to register as disabled, and for people living with facial eye disfigurement such as myself, that's not even registered. Monocular vision is not even we are not even visually impaired,
Right.
So we're not even visually impaired. So we're in a bit of a grey man, no man's land of not being disabled, not being normal, and not having our needs met.
Wow.
So yeah, it is a bit tough. But would you like? I can see the time, and I'm just thinking, would you like to come back again and have another chat with us?
It would be a pleasure. I would be totally honoured, and it's fun. It's so fun talking to you anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll have a go at doing all the other stuff we chatted about this earlier, guys. I was chatting about things beforehand, and so I will hopefully. Oh no, where is that file? Oh, there it is. It won't let me open it. Drats. Oh no, it's there. There we are. Excellent. Oh, it's there. Whoops. I'm not supposed to put it. Oh, dear me. Okay. Okie dokes. So thank you very much for coming, and I'll see you shortly. And in a second, I'll get my outro happening, and we'll duck out whilst the outro is playing. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, it's the end of Karibu Anawim's 15 minutes at DrZali'sDesk special. And that's a wrap for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Please remember that all information given during this episode is for general application only. If you have any specific medical issues, as always, consult with your medical practitioner. Like, subscribe and share on whatever platform you find us on. For more information, please connect with Karibu Anawim on our website at karibuanawim.com or email us at inquiries@karibuanawim.com.